we are going to bring you the story of two star-crossed lovers whose alleged deception could upend the 2024 presidential election. We are, of course, talking about the Georgia election interference case against Trump and several others involving District Attorney Fani Willis and her paramour, Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, who say they should not be disqualified from prosecuting Mr. Trump and the others, notwithstanding the motions that have been filed to boot them off the case. On Monday, the two sides were in court trying to get out of an evidentiary hearing. The special prosecutor and Fani Willis were trying that, about their alleged improprieties. And before the hearing could really even get underway, Fulton Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee informed the two sides there will be an evidentiary hearing this week. They will not be wiggling out of it, and it happens tomorrow morning at 9:15. He ruled that he will consider the defendants, in particular this defendant Michael Roman, but now Trump has joined and some other defendants have joined, motion to boot these two off the case, and they want the case dismissed. But in particular, they want Mr. Wade, Ms. Willis, and her entire office disqualified from this matter.
In studying the law that's been filed up to this point, I think it's clear that disqualification can occur if evidence is produced demonstrating an actual conflict or the appearance of one. And the filings submitted on this issue so far have presented a conflict in the evidence that can't be resolved as a matter of law. Specifically looking at Defendant Roman's motion, it alleges a personal relationship that resulted in a financial benefit to the district attorney, and that is no longer a matter of complete speculation. The state has admitted a relationship existed, and so what remains to be proven is the existence and extent of any financial benefit, again, if there even was one. So, because I think it's possible that the facts alleged by the defendant could result in disqualification, I think an evidentiary hearing must occur to establish the record on those core allegations.
At issue, that personal relationships timeline, money received by Ms. Willis in some form as a result, as well as they're making an issue of Ms. Willis's out-of-court statements, which they say disparaged the defendants to the potential jury pool. Okay, let's start with the affair and the alleged financial boon to Fani Willis as a result of her bringing her alleged affair partner in on the case against Trump. He's a special prosecutor. He didn't work for her. She brought him in. She's paid him over $650,000 of the taxpayer money so far, and that is more than the other special prosecutors. And now we find out that the two of them, Fani and Nathan, have been flying all over the country and beyond, allegedly on his dime, while she was paying his salary with taxpayer dough. Fani Willis has argued she never received any financial benefit as a result of hiring her lover, Wade. Not directly, not indirectly. She also claims they were not lovers at the time she hired him in November 2021. Mr. Wade has submitted a sworn affidavit. This is submitted under the penalties of perjury, claiming that expenses on their multiple lavish trips were, quote, roughly divided equally between the two of them, claiming sometimes he paid, sometimes she did. As proof, he attaches one receipt, one, for a pair of plane tickets that Ms. Willis appears to have purchased from Atlanta to Miami on December 30th, 2022, and then returning to Atlanta on January 3rd, 2023. That is one pair of plane tickets she allegedly bought him for one of their many trips. And by the way, the defendant Roman and the others, they claim Nathan Wade actually paid for those tickets too. Don't know how they reconcile her receipt. We'll find out. But in any event, from October 2022 until May of 2023, 7 months, it appears this couple took at least 5 trips, 5 in 7 months that we know about. That's 10 plane tickets. And the defense, again, these are the people being prosecuted by Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, they are alleging that Nathan Wade paid for all of the expenses, virtually, that they can find in these trips, including cruise ship fees, hotel expenses, and other expenses too. Now, according to filings, over those 7 months that we know about, this pair, while they're prosecuting Trump and the other defendants, went on an international travel spree to some of the most beautiful romantic places on earth. They don't have to celebrate Valentine's Day. Every day is Valentine's Day for these two. October 2022, a Royal Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas. He paid for their flights, their shared cabin on the ship, and other expenses, totaling at least $3,500. This is all in the defendant's pleadings. November 2022, and they have receipts. A trip to Aruba, where Wade spent over $4,000 on himself and his girlfriend. Over New Year's, this is the trip that we just discussed, 2022-2023, a Norwegian cruise to the Bahamas. Remember, she alleges she at least flew them from Atlanta to Miami. Then they got on a cruise ship, Norwegian, and went to the Bahamas. That trip, and they've submitted receipts, cost him over $3,600. Don't forget, they've got records, the defendants do, from his divorce proceedings. So they've got receipts to back up a lot of these expenses. March 2023, a trip to Belize. My God, have they been prosecuting Trump? Who's running herd on this case? What lawyers have this much time to take vacations? The trip to Belize, over $3,000 spent by him on food, lodging, and something happened at a tattoo parlor as well. Now, I'm just going to say that at this hearing tomorrow morning, if Ashley Merchant, who's representing defendant Roman, does not ask somebody to show us their tattoos, it's a fail. It's a fail. What happened in the tattoo parlor? Is it like, get Trump? Okay, let's move forward to May 2023. That was the trip to Napa Valley, one of the most beautiful and expensive places you can go in the U.S. The flights and hotel for this trip, so far as we know, actually only totaled about $1,600. That's a bargain. Well done. Again, the evidence that they divided the expenses, quote, roughly equally, which he's now sworn to, appears to be that one time when she claims to have bought him a round-trip flight from Atlanta to Miami for a grand total of $697.20. And even that is something that the defendants in this case dispute. If Ashley Merchant, again, the attorney who first brought all this to light in her defense of former Trump campaign official Michael Roman, can prove this at the hearing tomorrow morning, it would mean that Fani Willis did absolutely benefit, quote, directly or indirectly, from her lover's special prosecutor money, contrary to their representations in court. But there's more. The pair also claim they weren't lovers when Willis hired Wade as the special prosecutor for this matter back in November 2021. It was November 1st, 2021. Nathan Wade swears to this. He swears to it under penalties of perjury in his affidavit. We were not affair partners then, and we were not affair partners prior to then. Now, it just so happens that the very next day after Willis hired Wade, on November 2nd, 2021, by the way, Wade was a man with no experience with RICO cases, like the one that she was pursuing against the Trump defendants, but she hired him anyway. The very next day after she brings in her alleged lover, which they deny, Nathan Wade filed for divorce from his wife of 26 years. Okay, so Ms. Willis hires her alleged lover. The very next day, he files for divorce from his wife. But again, they say they only entered into a personal relationship later in 2022. But on Monday, at the hearing on whether or not there should be an evidentiary hearing in this case, which you heard the judge say we are having tomorrow morning, Mr. Roman's defense attorney, Ashley Merchant, raised serious questions about when this relationship started, too.
Mr. Wade has filed other affidavits in his divorce case, which contradict this affidavit. So the state's response last week said they had a relationship that began in 2022. In May of 2023, he filed in the Cobb County Superior Court a pleading that said specifically if he had had any relations with a person other than his spouse during the course of the marriage, and he responded none. After we filed our motion in this case, he updated those and he pled privilege under the Fifth Amendment. So we've got a filing under oath by Mr. Wade in 2023 stating he didn't have a relationship. Then we've got a filing stating he did have one starting in 2022. And then once that came about, he fixes the incorrect affidavit that was filed back in 2023. So we definitely have a conflict, Judge, in the evidence as far as when this relationship started.
That's a bombshell right there, folks. That's a bombshell. She's claiming he said in his divorce proceeding he never had an affair at all. And then when he was caught because of the motion in this case, he went back and amended his sworn testimony in the divorce proceeding by pleading the Fifth Amendment. This is the special prosecutor going after Trump right now. One of the claims is lying, that he's lied, that the officials have lied in connection with their alleged election interference. Ms. Merchant also says she's prepared to call witnesses, and the judge just greenlit it, who will testify under oath that this affair has been going on for years, well before Fani Willis hired Nathan Wade in this case. It did not start in 2022, according to Ms. Merchant, who's going to call witness after witness tomorrow morning to prove this. If that's true, what she's really proving is that these two lied to the court. Not just Wade, Willis too. I'll get to it. So my takeaway, if the defense can prove this, what we just heard her represent to the court she can prove, then it does appear DA Fani Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade will have misled the court, Wade under oath, at Willis in her capacity as an officer of the court, and misrepresented their inappropriate relationship to cover their own hides. It's all extremely bad for both of them as attorneys, as prosecutors, and as the people pursuing this criminal case. And if proven, they're toast, in my opinion. Toast. And they may even face other problems ranging from disbarment to prosecution. The Megyn Kelly Show is supported by Grand Canyon University. Founded in 1949, GCU is a private Christian university that's dedicated to delivering an affordable and transformative higher education. Their vibrant campus is located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. And according to niche.com, it's ranked a top 25 best campus in the country. As of June 2023, GCU offers 330 academic programs with over 270 of them online, allowing you the freedom to earn your degree on your time from wherever you are. At GCU, your degree, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, integrates the free market system and a welcoming Christian worldview. Learn more about GCU's programs, competitive tuition rates, and scholarship offers from your university counselor. They are part of the supportive graduation team that takes a personalized approach to helping you achieve your academic goals, walking alongside you every step of the way. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. For more info or to enroll, visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.